Yo, this is Bench Gamer here. So recently there has been a little bit of drama around this character called Yume Mizuki. She's going to be a new 5-star Inazuman Anemo unit. And she's going to be coming out in the next patch in 5.4, I believe. It's going to be tied to an Inazuman event. And after that, she's going to be a standard banner character. So if you lose your 50-50, there's a small chance that you'll get her. There's a lot of 5-star standard banner characters now. So it's like the chance is going down a bit by bit, which is kind of a shame because I actually like her design. So the reason why there is a bit of controversy over her is not just tied to her, but let's just address why it is directly tied to her at this point, which is that there are leaks of her ultimate animation going around, and in her ultimate animation, she basically just kind of like points her ass a little bit sideways towards you. Very similar to this splash art here. I think it's a bit more accentuated in the ultimate animation, but that might change in the future. I don't know. And because of that, people have been saying that she is a bit too oversexualized, that it doesn't really fit the trend of Genshin Impact characters, that she doesn't look like a Genshin Impact character, that Genshin Impact is becoming a Gunnar game, and that even the dress that she's wearing isn't like culturally appropriate for a Japanese inspired character. Basically, that kind of thing. They're just attacking how she looks. And in response to that, other people have been saying that, well, it's actually not that sexualized. Actually, the attire that she's wearing is culturally inspired. And that, yeah, she does fit into Genshin's art style, that she looks like a Genshin character. And those people who are saying that she's over-sexualized are crazy and cringe. To be honest, me personally, I like what she's wearing. I like how she looks. I like, characters with purple. I like anime's characters with like blue hair and purple eyes, or purple hair and blue eyes for whatever reason. Okay, maybe not so much blue eyes, but just like the purple hair, which is why I like Silali a lot. So it's not really just this character. I've seen a lot of conversation over this character, and they're kind of missing the point. The point is that this character is coming out at a time when Genshin Impact barely has any new male characters to speak of. Natlan, I think, is the first region to have zero tall male characters that are 5 stars at this point. There is a character being not leaked, but it's being rumored, it's being hinted at that he's coming out soon-ish, because there is one tall male character that has been revealed in the character outlines that they showed during the 5.3 live stream. And he has also been hinted at during the 5.3 Archon quest. He's called Aoife. He has like this little bird companion that's kind of annoying but also kind of funny. So he might be a 5-star male character that's tall, but he also might not be a 5-star male character. He might just be a 4-star. So that is up in the air. Currently, there is only one, teenage-sized male character that's 5-star in Natland. That's Kanich. And aside from that, no other nation has this lack of tall male characters. I think every single other nation has at least one tall male character. Mondstadt has Diluc, Inazuma has Ayato and Ito, Liyue has Zhongli and Baiju, Sumeru has Alhaitham, Fontaine has Risley and Novelette. So all of them have at least one tall male character. Natlan is actually the first nation. If Ito is not a tall 5-star male character, Natlan will be the first one that does not. And because of this trend, people have been speculating about a lot of things. People are connecting things that Dawei, who is currently the chairman of Hoyoverse, after Cai Haoyu, who was previously the producer of Genshin Impact. And I don't know what Cai Haoyu is doing right now, but he resigned from his position as the chairman of the board, or whatever the position is called at Hoyoverse, and then he went over to North America or someplace to study AI and to basically work on the next generation of Hoyoverse games. I don't really know, but that is basically what the internet has told me. So now that Dawei is basically the chairman of the board, or whatever the position is called, people are connecting what Dawei has said during a ceremony of some kind, where he was recorded saying that Hoyoverse is going back to its roots with the current lack of tall male characters. And there is also another interview of Dawei around the year 2008 or something. I made a video about this in the past. I'm not so sure exactly when this was, but it was way, way, way before Honkai Impact 3rd, or even Genshin Impact, or even Honkai 3rd was released. Back then, what he basically said was that Hoyoverse is catering towards male gamers and otakus and people like him. And because of that, people are connecting Dawei's current position with some kind of role in Genshin Impact's current direction and the lack of male characters. And that is also basically why people are freaking out about Mizuki. Now that she's being officially revealed, I think the controversy is kind of dying down, but yeah, that's basically why people are kind of nuts, kind of going nutty over this character's design. I don't want to overstate it, but it does feel a little bit weird that Natlan has so few male characters, and even Kanish basically does nothing in the Archon Quest, even as somebody who actually likes the Natlan Archon Quest, who is, very hype about Natlan. And if things are going the way that they are in terms of how Natlan has been, formatted, I guess, the way that the Natlan story has been told is something I'm a big fan of. And as someone who is kind of hoping that going forward they also tie the world quest and tribal quest or whatever the equivalent of that into the main story, it does feel a bit bad that as something that I really enjoy, a large portion of the player base don't or can't share that enthusiasm because they're not being catered to. It's not that I don't want characters that look like this. It's just that I want, people's interests to be represented. And yeah, it sucks that she's coming out at this point. I think if she came out like 1 or 2 years ago, nobody would have cared because there would have been a bit more tall male characters for the husbando enjoyers to enjoy. But personally, I like her design. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm glad that Genshin Impact is being a bit more risque when it comes to the character designs. I don't really care if she's showing a little bit of side boob. Let's be honest, her character outfit is actually not that much more sexualized than, or is even more sexualized at all compared to Shenhe, which is kind of funny because Shenhe actually came out in the same patch that previous characters in Mancha were being censored, which just shows you how like nonsensical the censorship is. To be honest, I wish that was not a thing. Anyways, this is Bench Gamer signing out, and hopefully, there's more tall male characters for the husbando enjoyers. I don't know why it's so like controversial to say that maybe that people who want husbando should be catered to, as well as saying that, well, people who like this stuff, maybe they can get what they want too. It's not that complicated. This is Bench Gamer signing out.